Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to Big Orbit Games unboxing video of the Star Wars Armada Assault Frigate Mark II expansion pack. So say here it's a nice big box, shows you here which sleeves you need for fancy flight. Nice reflection of the camera there as well. So let's get this shrink wrapping off there and see all the goodness inside. So here, so this is a brand new ship for the Rebels. They already had the CR-90 and the Nebulon B in the core set and in this Wave 1. Oh, cardboard's falling apart. In this Wave 1, which I reviewed earlier, and the videos are available to watch. So we'll just get all of this out of the packaging. So we'll start with the ship. So nice packaging, nice way to keep it, although it's a bit bulky, but it is somewhere you can store it. So let's get this out of here. There we go. So here we have it. This is a huge model, big and bulky. As you can see, done the nice little engine detail there, nice orange. Nice bits of detail all over. I have heard this referred to as the Flying Turkey, and you can kind of understand why. Just like all the other Rebel ships, it's a bit of an odd design, fits in with their sort of mismatched sort of scheme. Funny enough, its peg is off center, so it's actually held off center on its stand, which is interesting. But thankfully it's lightweight enough that it doesn't overbalance it. Now the only issue I have with it, because it's nice and detailed and it's painted well enough, but the actual model is quite dark and grey compared to the promos we've seen. In the original artwork we saw for it and promo pictures, it was a light, sort of light white, just like the Nebulon and the Corvette, but this is kind of really dark grey actually, which is a shame. And I compare it to the Victory Destroyer as well. So you have the Victory here, so you see it's quite big and bulbous compared to it. If we overlap the two, you can see it's sort of, it is quite big compared to it. So it's certainly its height is much bigger than Star Destroyers, but then they're nice thin wedges of death. So yeah, that is the new model for the assault frigates. So I'm just going to pop that there. So we'll move on to the other components which you get in the set, which is all of the cards and plastic components. Start with this little pamphlet in there, just explains the ship and shows you the component list. So you get the model in there along with all of the relevant tokens and 14 upgrade cards. So there's loads of upgrades in this one, and the credits on there again as well. Nice bit of artwork. We have the large stand here and 3 command dials, which is new for a Rebel ship. Previously they've only been 1 and 2, so now you've got a 3 command ship, so you can share the Imperial's woes of having to think 3 turns ahead. And now we'll move on to the tokens. So as always with Fancy Flight, there's always lots of tokens. So in here we have the double-sided ship token for the Assault Frigate Mark II A and B variants and its defense tokens, an evade, a redirect and a brace. First of its command dials, the number 7 indicator as well. We also have the shield dials and its command tokens, so there's no wasted space here with the tokens. You get everything you would need, no more, no less than what you need for piloting it. Then we'll move on to the cards. So, starting with the ship cards, you have the ship card for the Mark II A and B here. Artwork's quite nice on them. So compare them side by side. So as you can see, the Mark A is costs more, and for that difference you get an extra anti-squadron dice, an increased front arc dice and rear arc, and an decreased squadron decreased, not increased. They've got 6 hull and they've got the same defense token. So for something so big, 6 hulls does seem a little low. But with the 3 different tokens and with 4 engineering, I'm sure keeping it afloat won't be too much of a problem. Its speed of manoeuvres, as you can see, it's not as manoeuvrable as Rebels will be used to. Having only 1 yaw on sort of each movement and only a maximum speed of 3, so it's a bit slower than the 90 and the Nebulon B. But you do also have lots of upgrade cards. They both have the same officer, weapon team, offensive retrofit, defensive retrofit, and the Turbolaser upgrade. So there we go. So those are the 2 ship cards. And then we'll move on to the upgrade cards. So to start us off with, we have the Admiral Gambeliblis. 25 points, and at the start of the 1st and 5th round, each friendly ship may gain a number of command tokens equal to its command value. So, comparing it immediately to someone like Tarkin from the Imperials, who gives that command every turn, this is a lot cheaper, but you do only get the commands at the 1st round and the 5th round. Remember, there's 6 turns in Armada. However, you do get your maximum command value, so 3 for this, for the assault frigate. Interesting admiral to choose. With the other expansions, you have got a bit of choice now, so Mon Mothma or Dodonna. So you can sort of choose which way you want to go with them. This is a nice sort of middle ground, not defensive, not offensive. Can be used for either. Next, we have, first of our officers, Adar Talon. After you resolve a squadron command, exhaust this card to toggle the activation slider of 1 squadron activated with that command. So this allows you to effectively reactivate a squadron each turn, because you have to exhaust it to do it. Combined with the new Rebel Fighters squadrons, this can be utilised incredibly well at reactivating sort of like bombers, especially someone like Kayan Farlander, to get in a nice amount of dice against enemy capital ships or squadrons. But at 10 points, you definitely need to be focusing on having sort of like a squadron build fleet. The weapons liaison, we saw her in the core set. You can spend a command token to change your command dial to a concentrate fire or squadron. We now have the veteran captain, nice Imperial artwork there. When you reveal a command, you may discard this card to gain 1 command token of your choice. So it's a one-shot, reveal your dial, get a token. For 3 points, it's not bad, but because you have to discard it and lose it permanently, it's only a one-off. So useful, but I can't see it being played a huge amount. Gunnery team from the core set again, allows you to attack twice from the same zone, so long as you don't attack the same ship or squadrons with it. Useful for some of the bigger ships, and can be used to great effect sometimes, especially if you're being swarmed, say like from one of the flanks. I always like gunnery team. We then have the sensor team. While attacking, you may exhaust the card and spend 1 die to change one of your dice to an Axii icon. Useful defensive card. Again, you can use it once per turn because you have to exhaust it, but that actually might be what you need to stop them doing a brace or to do a brace or a redirect, so you can get the damage through. Electronic countermeasures. While defending, you may exhaust the card to spend 1 defense token that your opponent targeted with an accuracy result. So this just stops the exact thing happening which you saw there on Sense Team. It stops your defense tokens becoming useless for that against that salvo. Nice defensive ability. We have a new one here, Advanced Projectors. When you resolve the redirect token effect, you can choose more than 1 hull zone to suffer damage, which may include a non-adjacent hull zone. So you can see here on the Mark B, it's got 4, 3, 3, 2. So the advanced projectors, if you're being shot in the front arc, you could use your 1 redirect to redirect damage even to the rear hull zone. So that's very useful for 6 points. Defensive retrofit, that is a very useful card. We have another new one, point defense reroute. While attacking a squadron at close range, you may re-roll your critical icons. Useful because crits don't do anything to squadrons. So for 5 points, that gives you a nice anti-squadron ability. Haitian Turbolasers, these were from the core set. While attacking, you may change one dice face with a crit or hit icon to an accuracy. So again, just stops them using their defensive tokens. XX9 Turbolasers, new card, critical effect. The first 2 damage cards dealt to the defender by this attack face up. Absolutely brutal card for 5 points, allowing you to get 2 damage in. Combined with, say, running Dodonna, it's going to be brutal. Enhanced armaments. Again, we saw this in the core set. It's a modification turbo laser, and the battery armaments for your left and right hull zones are increased by 1 red dice. Just makes those side arcs that bit more powerful, which is useful for a slow ship because it's likely your opponent's going to be flanking you. Then we're on to the titles. We have Paragon at 5 points. While attacking a ship you've already attacked this round, add 1 black die to your attack pool. So this causes your second attack against the same target to just be that little bit stronger, especially with the black dice. So yeah, it's a nice upgrade card at 5 points, and it fits in with sort of like going with a more offensive assault frigate build. And then we have the Gallant Haven at 8 points. Before friendly squadron at distance 1 suffers damage from an attack, reduce the total damage by 1. So you can use the assault frigate with the new rebel fighters, especially as like a guard duty. They can hover around the Gallant Haven. Your squadrons can hover around the Gallant Haven, being defended, knowing that the damage is going to be reduced, keeping them alive that bit longer, so you can get them up into engagement with the opponent and get that nice alpha strike from your bombing run, etc. And there we have it. That is everything that is in the new Assault Frigate Mark II expansion pack for the Rebels. I really like this expansion. I think everything in there works well. You've got some really interesting upgrade cards there. There's a few different routes you can take with it, especially with having the new Admiral in there as well. Yeah, this is a really nice expansion pack. It's just a shame that this model isn't sort of a lighter colour, more in fitting with what the Rebels usually have. But I've seen some beautiful custom paint jobs online of ships, and I'm sure someone will do another beautiful repaint of this as well at some point. So remember, everything you've seen here today you can buy as singles on our website, bigorbitcards.co.uk. You can also trade in any spares that you've got there as well. My name is Simon. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and join me later when we review more of Star Wars Armada Wave 1. Bye.